Hey there, in this video I'm going to show you 5 powerful mindset shifts that you can use to become successful. I've personally used these mindset shifts to go from nothing to being financially independent. My family came to the Netherlands with $0 and a suitcase, and we've used these shifts to build a business, become financially independent. After I graduated from business school, I started a business, but in the beginning, it was still very difficult for me to start earning a living and making more money. But once I discovered these shifts, everything changed. And since 2015, I've been really on a tear. And I want to share with you these mindset shifts in this video because they're very simple. And I want to get started immediately. So, number one, aim high. So most people, they get in their own head. They look around them, and I've been there too. Where I lived, all I saw was basically unsuccessful people, no people with money, no people with success, no people, with degrees or whatever it was. And I looked around myself and I saw people just being average and being normal, and that was what inspired me. And a lot of people really never appreciate this, but we are influenced by our surroundings. So make sure that you surround yourself with inspirational videos and audio and people, because all of that stuff really inspires you to aim high. Try to be the best. If you want to start a business, why not become the best business in the world in that field? If you want to be an athlete, try to be the best athlete. If you want to, be a scholar, try to be the best scholar. A lot of people try to talk you out of this stuff because they rather aim low and then get low, because if you aim high, chances are that you will fail. And I'm going to be very honest, because my aim is to be the best writer in the world when it comes to nonfiction, personal development, personal finance. Will I get there? Personally, in my mind, I am already there, but if I don't get there in terms of numbers or whatever it is that people measure you on, you could look at yourself and, oh, maybe I failed, but at least you will get much farther than if you aim low. So always aim high no matter what you do. Mindset shift number 2, focus on progress over perfectionism. So one of the biggest hurdles in personal development and personal achievement is that we focus too much on being perfect instead of just making some progress, because in our minds we want to be great, we aim high, we try to be the best. But if you get too much in your own head, then you might never act. If you try to be too perfect, then it's very easy to talk yourself out of getting started. So what do you need to do? Focus on making progress. Always prioritize getting things done over than getting the best or the most perfect thing done, because ultimately in your life you need to make progress, and that is what counts the most, and that's what will make you rich, successful, gives you gets you closer to your goals. All right, number 3, focus on high impact. What does that mean? Instead of trying to do something in life that only impacts a small group of people, focus on the businesses, the investments, the activities, the products, the services that go after a very large group of people. So, for example, the way that I apply this in my career is that from the beginning I wanted to write books for the masses. I didn't want to write books for small niches or small groups of people, because I feel like I won't be able to make a big impact on a big group of people. And if you look at the most successful businesses and the most successful people in the world, those are the people who made a big impact on a large group. So no matter what it is that you are trying to do, think of how you can impact the most amount of people. If you can impact a lot of people, I guarantee that you will also receive more value and wealth and gratitude and appreciation in return, because it's all about helping and providing value to a lot of people. And if you can do that, you will get a lot back. Number 4 is practice gratitude and focus on simple living. So if you want to be successful, if you want to be rich, it's very easy to get too focused on the outcomes. You might want to get that fancy car or fancy penthouse or travel the world. It's all great, but those types of outcomes are only reserved for those who do the work and who also get rewarded for the work. But at the same time, you also want to make sure that you do the work. So that's what you should always focus on. But that's hard because you look around you. Look, when I started my business and when I started writing, I moved back from London when I was working at an IT research firm to my parents. And I lived with my parents again in my old small bedroom. That's where I wrote my first 3 books. And I used the money that I made to buy an apartment after 2 years. But I stayed in the house, in the bedroom for 2 years. That's a sacrifice that we have to make. But at the same time, I wasn't unsatisfied or I wasn't complaining. Sometimes I did, but I always reminded myself to be grateful for what I have. Focus on the things that I have instead of the things that I want. That helped me to stay focused and get things done, because that's what you need to make progress. And then the final one, use setbacks as energy. This is something that I've really mastered over the last few years because, look, all of us experience setbacks. The question is, how do you respond? Now, the first step is to not get angry or not let setbacks stop you. That's great. But a higher level, and this is where you want to be, is where you start using setbacks as energy and as motivation to improve even more. And I recently had another setback in my business and in my writing career. And instead of saying, oh, okay, that's okay, I won't let it influence me, I'll just focus on my other plans and focus on my work, I used the setback as energy, and I was even more motivated to keep pushing forward. Because every setback that you experience, you should see it as more drive to win. Every time someone tries to slow you down or life tries to slow you down, soak up the energy, get pumped up, and then move forward. Because life, honestly, is just basically you dealing with one setback after the other. The winners are just very good at overcoming those setbacks and just going after one thing after the other. Because look, if you experience a setback and you give up, what happens? Nothing. Your goal will not materialize. So on your journey, on your path, you will experience many setbacks. The question is, how do you deal with those setbacks? Do you use them as energy, or do you let the setbacks hold you back? And that is something that you don't want to have at all costs. So keep moving forward, keep striving, and I hope that you can use these mindset shifts to accomplish anything that you want. Thank you for watching. Like always, until the next video, take care.